Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Insider Twins, or NF Twins. Not sure which name we're going to go for. But today we're going to learn about Apple AI, a new era, or is it just still not mind-blowing? So why not just jump right in? For those who live under a rock, yesterday Apple had another keynote. And there they introduced the iPhone 16, which is basically the iPhone 15. Different. I mean, in general, it wasn't really overwhelming, to be honest. Like, what is the biggest changes? Same, but different. I mean, you look at the same with the headphones, right? The AirPods Max or whatever. They just changed the USB charger to USB-C charger. They even have the same chip in there. But I guess that's enough for a lot of people. But a cool feature,
USB-C charging now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, here we go, ladies and gents.
Yeah. So basically, Apple announced, last year they already had this a little bit introduced with the iPhone 15, but now they're also going hard on it again, that you can create emojis, etc. with Apple. You can create images. I think you can create unlimited with it even, which is kind of cool because
it's locally. These models are run locally.
Exactly. So you don't have to even pay for Midjourney anymore. I'm not sure how good these pictures are going to be. So you can be like, hey, I want to have an otter playing water with a wash bear. A raccoon. The wash bear is a raccoon. It's German. And then it would create it. So this is kind of cool. Also, but the cool, interesting things that I found is in the iPhone that you now have in group chats and in notes. You can have AI basically rewrite text for you, which is super nice. Imagine you're texting your boss, and based on context, it knows you're texting your boss, and you're like, "Hey, make it more professional." You click a button.
In your normal chat.
Yeah, in your normal chat, which is cool. It looks super cool. The integration was in the chat. It's on the phone, right? So it looked really, really well done. For emails, you can rewrite emails, or you can have you just write notes and say like, hey, please make this a party invite, whatever. And there were super cool, interesting features which will be in the day-to-day based on, I saw like a CNET based on the interviews we had with users. They are not super excited about it. Well, yeah, but nobody is excited about these kind of tools. And when they use it, once they have it, they're like, fuck yeah, man, this is fucking awesome. So I think these little things are going to make a huge difference.
I mean, in general, isn't that AI? I mean, if you don't notice, like it's smooth, like you already like it's making your life so much easier or better. I mean, in general, I think I want to drift now a little bit from Apple also to general AI. Biggest one is, for example, for customer support. Imagine you just got your flight canceled, or you're calling your bank, right? Because you are
hate that when that happens. Ooh.
So you're in, for example, let's say you're from the US, so you're traveling in Europe, you're in Italy, and you want to use your card, and you didn't tell the bank that you're going to travel to Italy. Now your card is going to be locked. Well, what are you going to do? First, you're panicking because you're like, oh my God, I can't pay. Then you have to ask somebody for cash because you weren't carrying cash. I mean, that's already awkward. But now, how do you unlock the card? Well, you got to call them, right?
First thing, man, I've done this. Is so painful.
More than I want to admit to. Let's be honest. And then during the process,
porn.
That's exactly. I'm trying. I was buying it for you, but because you had a little shame. Anyways, so you're trying to unlock it. So you're calling them, and then you're like, either have like the robot, which is like, oh, press 1 for this, or could you repeat this, please? Or you're talking to, I don't know, somebody in wherever who doesn't even speak barely English or your language, and then you're trying, or they're not even available, right? Also, my favorite. Oh, first of all, way too loud music, and then like there are 5 people in front of you in the queue, and then they're blasting music into your ears from, I don't know, 80s, 90s, which way too loud.
And also the quality of the fucking music is not even good. Like garbage. Stuck in like, oh my God, it's like not even stereo. It's like,
it's horrible. All right, so now it's like, all right, horrible experience. So with AI, all of this can be solved. And actually, it is right now in the process of being solved, because basically you can automate everything with AI. So it will answer all calls at the same time. So you don't have a queue anymore. And it's so much better from responding because you can just give it their own knowledge base. So it will, or actually also like patterns or like decision trees. Let's give it decision trees, right? Because like the problem with a lot of AI things or AI tools are that they are imagining things, right? So,
yes.
So you can give... Exactly. So you can basically give it guardrails, and then it just goes through there, and just voila, you have your bank or your card unlocked. Super easy. And of course, you're probably going to have a super nice voice in an accent that you like, which is really nice.
It's also interesting because they can connect that with the Face ID anyways. because nowadays, I mean, there's a lot. I don't know if you guys ever used it. So if you sign up for usually nowadays banks, etc., they have this look at the camera, look to the left, to the right, up, down, say hello, etc., so that they know there's no filter on it, basically.
Ooh.
And so they can integrate this in the call and you have it all in one application, and
That's a good
makes it much
question.
faster.
That's a good question because I don't know, because technically the Face ID is you're talking about basically for verifying.
No, I'm
that
verifying.
you're
Like, look, because the thing is, you have
true.
to verify that it's you, right?
Yeah.
And usually they can either do
But
with
they have
ID, you tell it, or something else.
interesting, but they have a provider who has to do it like manually. It might be cool,
I don't know,
interesting
but
way
it could
'cause,
be at some point you can just do it, right?
I'm sure
It's
it will
just
be
like
all
that.
automated because then you don't need all these like I don't know where they working in Eastern Europe who need to verify. Please look to the left now, look to the right now. And so it's a pain in the ass. So like on onboarding, I see that as well. But I think that that's just one of the points, right? The second one is actually I got this all from the Y Combinator podcast, which I really liked because they also were talking about, for example, for developers, right? Because I mean, for the everyday user, there might be not much as case, but for example, for developers, it helps them so much. I mean, Mark, how much have you been using it? Yeah,
Well,
for
fucking a lot,
developing.
man. Well, I'm a no coder, so I don't fucking
Exactly.
code, but need to, this is the thing with no code in general. It's like you still have some components that need specific or custom code. And for that is fucking amazing. And especially because the thing is, just because I use no code doesn't mean the rest of the world doesn't use no code. So I fucking have to understand the code that other people have already created, and then I can use it. So I use it a lot. Yes.
So that's
Fantastic.
That's already one example, right? Another thing is think about kids. Okay, so think about what do very young kids do, and what can be
Ask a lot
quite
of
annoying.
questions.
Exactly, like what we did when we were younger, right? We ask a lot of
Why is that?
questions.
Why?
Yeah, why? I mean, as a parent, I mean, assuming I'm not a parent, I have no kids, but I'm assuming it's very nice for a few questions. But if they ask all the time, it might get annoying. So some kid or some parents, it might be very annoying to answer a lot of questions, even though it's very well intended. Now, with AI tools, you can just basically giving a tool, might be, I don't know, a toy, whatever. Of course, you need to have guardrails, but then you can answer all the questions. So the kids actually get encouraged to ask things. Because in the end, is like if you, for example, discourage a kid to learn or like answering questions, it will later on have problems learning because it doesn't want to like why? It's not motivated by it. So
I like
when
that
you
a
have
lot,
a young,
actually. But how would you implement that? Because think about it, it's in real life. Like if it's in real life situation, right? Not on a computer. You're working on you're fixing a toilet, and then
smart glasses. Right. My idea would be just smart glasses. Just came up right now. For example, Meta's smart
so the
glasses.
kid would wear these smart glasses.
For example, or
Me too.
Might be a toy, right? And it's just like a robot which can, I don't know, drive whatever, and then you can talk with it and then just like ask it, like show it because it has a like it's
Yeah, but what if it's like
if
it's a complex interaction, right? Yeah, but it's just like more of like, hey, why are you doing this? And why are you doing this now? Why are you doing this now? Like the example that our parents gave us about our brother. Well, when he was young, he was asking basically the guy who fixed the toilet, why are you doing this? And now why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? So basically, he needed to understand the whole process. But he, at some point, obviously, the guy got super annoyed because, I mean, let's say 10 times the question. It's just exactly. So that's why at this point, that'll be super cool. So you need to have a view of it that it needs to analyze visually, etc.
Exactly.
So like
run a little robot
locally. It needs to be run locally because otherwise it's too expensive. So it needs to have a decent chip in it.
And that's what we were seeing, right? We already see that happening with Apple, like running parts of the models locally, right? Of course, the big ones, ChatGPT, will always ask you, hey, are you sure you want to use this for ChatGPT, etc., which is like really nice that they're doing for privacy reasons. But I'm sure it will happen locally as well, like on toys, etc. Let's give it a few years, and then it would be super helpful. And I think it will have a great impact on the younger generation, especially with because it just like encourage them to explore more things, which I think is really, really nice.
Like that. You know what I was thinking also?
Tell me.
I want to come back to Apple.
Go back, baby.
All right. So one of the things I wanted to talk about as well is AI, how it is impacting. I'm going to call it niche groups or people that have specific needs. So one of the things that Apple just announced as well, and I know that Samsung has done it as well, but I'm not sure, but is hearing aids. So basically, they announced a new software update for AirPods Pro 2. So basically, what I do is you can have it on the phone, the iPhone. You can just click on it, and you plug in the AirPods, and then you have a hearing test, which is certified. It's just an official hearing test. I'm not sure if it's certified. I'm guessing it's the same level as somewhere else. And then afterwards, which is super cool, you can use it as a hearing aid. So depending on the test, and it's
Man, we should give this to our dad, right? As a good Christmas gift, because like, huh? What?
So it's fantastic because then also you don't have the stigma of wearing a fucking regular hearing aid. Obviously, it's probably not going to be as good, but it's super interesting because it uses as well AI to understand which of the words or things he has issues to hearing, right? If it's the environment around it, or if it's words, or what is the word, like, I don't know, is it the S in words he doesn't hear, etc. So it's super, super cool in that regard that you can adjust that. And obviously they announced other things such as, I think it was called like basically hearing protection, which is just noise canceling, I think. So, but I thought that was super cool. The hearing
noise canceling we're already using, right? So for example, we're basically using, even if it's transparent mode, right? If you go to the gym, have transparent mode, and one of these weights gets stuck between each other, and you're just like doing, I don't know, pull downs or whatever, and these weights drop. Jesus, you're almost so loud. Deaf.
So yeah, no, I don't like that. It's super annoying. But that's what I'm saying. That, well, the noise canceling, I think the hearing protection is basically just the marketing thing. But the rest is super, super cool. I like it with the hearing aid. And also I look, because now I want to know, what the fuck is the hearing aid market? How big is that bad boy? What are you thinking, Lucas, in the world?
In the world? I mean, I'm going to be, let's say, and there are a lot of people in there, but I'm not sure how big it is actually in like still developing countries, but still it's a big problem. Let's say 10 billion, even though
it is actually right now almost 13. It's like 12.96 billion USD.
I was close.
Damn, really
boy.
Good.
Damn.
Honestly, I was thinking about this. I was like, all right, the thing is with hearing aids, because I know our dad and his friends, they never want to fucking put it on. They have bad hearing. So it's one of the things, I think it's underdiagnosed because people don't want to admit to it. And when they have diagnosed, I still think they don't want to buy all this stuff.
Man, look at our mom, right? She was like almost blind on one eye, and it's like, no, I look great. I can see great. It's
exactly.
Like,
so it's one of these things.
After surgery, it's like, oh damn, the world looks so different.
Exactly, because you don't know what you're missing out. If it's like gradually going, like increasing in like how like worsening, let's put it this way, then you can't even see it. So, but the cool thing about the hearing market is that's actually fucking grown rapidly, bro. So by 2032, it's going to be 34.76 billion, which is a lot. That's a big increase.
In 8 years and 32, it will be, how big will it be? How many billion?
34.76.
Wow, it will be almost triple.
Yeah, it's insane. So one of the things, I'm not sure if that's because people will now be like, it's okay, and like all these aids look cooler, etc., and smaller, so they're more practical and not as noticeable.
I think it's a mix. Why. I believe it's a mix of technology catching up. It's like super small. They're easier to use. Maybe costs will go down as well as just like people just accept it. Because like you see in older generations, like they're getting it, etc. So same with like technology adoptions. I think it's, and then for sure, I'm also assuming then later on there will also be these like smart glasses will be more and more accepted in one point in time.
Well, because the thing is, they look like fucking future steampunk. I don't know, they're like weird as fuck, some of them. So obviously, they're just too out there, and they were not practical. Like, in terms of battery, how long they lasted, etc. It's just like some of them, just like, really.
I mean, look at the first Google Glasses, right? They look horrible, but then
even now, if you look
at the Apple, but you're talking about, this is not
VR.
Smart watches. It's VR. It's different. So like smart glasses, for example, the Meta Ray-Ban ones, Ray-Ban with Ray-Ban, they are sick. I want to buy one of these because they also have headphones, right? They have headphones integrated. I'm not sure they're not waterproof. So the only thing is like when it's raining.
When it's raining, you're not gonna wear them anyways. When are you gonna need sunglasses when it's raining, brother?
You never know. Or you want to go swimming, in the sea. Sunglasses. If you're at the beach, you never know. You never know. But also just for those people who already got super excited about all the Apple features, if you don't have an iPhone 15 Pro Max or Pro, you won't get any features. Or you need the 16.
Yeah, all the AI stuff is just for because exactly because like right?
Yeah, the normal 15 has the chip of the 14 Pro in it, and This bad boy sadly does not get the AI or doesn't have the AI chip, so you won't get most of the AI features. But you will see it over the next few years rolling out. But yeah.
Exactly. All right,
So-
ladies, I think that's fucking it. Or do you have more, Lucas?
No, I just want to summarize it again, right? Because in the end, it's just like
Yeah.
a good summary. A good summary is always great, right? Also, guys, please subscribe to our new YouTube channel, Insider Twins. Here we go. And of course, leave a comment, like button if you're still around, but I'm sure you are because you'll like all that stuff. Anyway, so summary basically of it is AI mind blowing? Well, it's not blowing our minds right now, but we're seeing it gradually, right? So it's similar to the smartphone, right? Everybody says the smartphone, my God, it was a game changer. But if you think about it, when did the smartphone era actually start? Was it the iPhone?
No.
Was it the PAL, whatever it's called, the Palm Pilot? Or was it the iPhone 3, right? Because like the first iPhone almost nobody bought. It didn't even have an app store, right? So it's just like we're seeing it now that iPhone revolutionized it, but it was a long period of time. The same with AI. So you can't say, okay, like this, it's like a snap of a finger, but you have to look at from a longer period of time because it's a transition, right? So
also, one of the
first
things
version,
is it's also most of the shit is in the background, right? Most of the consumers won't even notice that the AI is doing it. So
exactly, it makes
the
it
regular processes make just be much smoother.
Guys, if you want to do me a favor, just to see that you have, go now, call any provider, like may it be your internet provider, etc., just so that you relive the shitty experience, and then wait maybe a year or half a year, and then call again. I'm assuming then you have like more and more AI in the background, and it's gonna be a game changer for a lot of things. And we've seen it also already on big e-commerce stores that are starting to implement it. So for refunds, etc., which gonna make it nice and smooth, or much smoother. Let's put it this way. Well, yeah.
Agree.
All right, everybody. I think that's the podcast. Hope you like it, and of course, leave a comment, subscribe, and of course, catch you next one. Peace.
Peace.